Okay, today we are playing a game on VoD. We were in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Symmetra the entire way through. I know we're Junkrat right now. We're Junkrat for like a minute and a half, and then we're Symmetra the whole way through. I promise, there's not much Junkrat. We're also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. So let's start the game. As you can see, we're up to no good right at the start of the round. Skulking in the bush, not using the lounging emote though, which is very disappointing to be honest with you. Roadhog just rolled by, doesn't suspect a thing. So I will say, we shouldn't really be doing this, because by the time we actually get engaged in this fight, our team's been fighting without us for like 20 seconds, which is pretty bad. But if we kill multiple people, it's worth it. So hopefully that happens. So Toes is about to be upset. Toes is dead now. Roadhog is surprised, probably, but there he goes. And hey, look, Sombra. Sombra's dead now. The supports, they're on to us now. Sigma, he got rezzed, so unfortunately we got slapped down. But we did kill 2 people, so hey, it worked out in the end, I guess. Although one of them did get rezzed. Yeah, you know, we shouldn't have done what we did, but it would be fucking sick if it did work, though, wouldn't it? Come on, bro, you know, it would have been sick if we got play of the game right there. So, we've lost this checkpoint, we should not be coming out to fight over it anymore. It's gone. But we went out, we tried, we died. And we've almost got Riptire built up, so that's cool, you know. We did get like 15-20% ult charge off of that last suicide, so you know, that's something, And we're playing Junkrat. We'll get that last percent real fast. So we could just do it right now, and that would be justified, Riptire being one of those ultimates that you can kind of use just whenever, to be honest with you, because it is, if nothing else, almost certainly going to be a free stagger on the enemy team. Well, not really free, you used an ultimate to do it, but you get the idea. So Reaper found us. We didn't know they had a Reaper until fairly recently, so how sad for us. We didn't get to use the Riptire before we died, now we've got to come all the way back out again. So you can see, you know, even though we've been playing Junkrat for the last couple of minutes, we haven't done a whole lot of playing Junkrat at the same time, so that'll also be how I'll justify not putting Junkrat on the card. So again, we could have just used Riptire by now, you know, like, when you've got an ultimate that you can kind of use whenever, and you build ult charge mad fast, you kind of want to get that one out there as fast as you can to start building up the next ultimate. Though, you know, they nerfed that one. And now, we're going to switch to Symmetra. Do it now. Yes, we do it now. We're thinking about it, but we're going to do it. There we go. So, Symmetra being fine, of course. Symmetra being very good hero right now. And hey, this is a pretty nice place to have a teleporter. Roadhog doesn't suspect a thing, just used his hook, so we can try and fight it out with him, because once Roadhog's used his hook, like, he's not super scary to you if you're a small character. Sigma, of course, absolutely hates playing against Symmetra, I'd know, and hey look, we're playing fucking Symmetra right now. Here, we did trend too close to this Roadhog. We don't want to be moving into him, because Roadhog would love if we were closer to him, and we can outrange him as Symmetra, ever so slightly. So we should not be moving into him. We want to tread at, like, max range, because then we're still doing full damage to that boy, but hopefully that boy isn't getting many shotgun pellets into us anymore, seeing as Roadhog's shotgun kinda sucks, you know, like, unless you are right on top of him, or at right-click range, like, doesn't tend to get too much done. So we've gone for some interesting positions on the turrets. Personally, I'd rather pretty much just go, oh god, he didn't start the pen, oh god. I'd rather pretty much just go like, basically. No, don't do like that exact movement right there, you know, just like over the top here. This is most likely where they're going to push through, so I just want them there, because usually you want your turret, well, I mean, you want your turrets in the most inconvenient place possible, which typically means above and behind where the enemy team are coming from, because then they have to go to break the turrets, which is a very inconvenient movement to have to make, especially if you're playing on console. So pretty much you want to put them up and behind wherever they're going to be coming from, which is most likely to be this way. We can move the turrets if we have to, though there is kind of a time gate on that one. So we put down the photon barrier because the team fight's about to start, and we start doing, you know, Symmetra. We're after the Batista. Oh god, does Roadhog want us? There's a May now, apparently. I didn't even notice the May. That's my bad, I suppose. It's fair enough to use the photon barrier right now, but Roadhog managed to get us, which is the upsetting part. Basically, like, a lot of the way we're dancing through this barrier should be playing around Roadhog, because he is the most scary person to us, so we come through. Oh, Roadhog went through. Roadhog hasn't come back again. We want to go through there again. Basically, we're still, like, on the other side of where Batista was, probably because he's the guy we're fighting at the time, but Roadhog's the scary one at that moment in time, and Roadhog did do most of our health and damage right there, and May finished us off. So, we've got the teleporter right here, so we'll get back nice and fast. A very nice feature of Symmetra. She gets to cut down on the, walk back for a lot of maps now, which is particularly useful on, like, 2CP maps, right? You know? Where you've got typically like a 20-second walk back to the first checkpoint as the defending team. So, nice to be able to cut, like, some of that time off, if nothing else. And now we're just, like, at this point, you know, we get a little bit closer to playing TF2 every week. Pretty much. So we're skulking in this bush right now. I don't want to be doing this. This is a very risky maneuver that has a quite high risk of death. But hey, you know, if they're bad, maybe we get them, but, you know, Reaper, he's just like, I can see Symmetra's arm coming around the corner, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking get that hoe. And get that hoe he did. It was just a super risky move that was, like, not even gonna pay off in any way, really, because what happens if we surprise them around that corner as Symmetra? We've got level 1 beam. You know, it's not exactly a super exciting ambush. We just shouldn't have been doing that one. We shouldn't have been doing the Junkrat one, but at least Junkrat has the possibility of walking up behind you and going, pop, pop, and you're dead. Symmetra, you have to work up to a little bit more, unless you manage to clap him with a couple of orbs, but that'll be a hard one to orchestrate from that position as well. So we lost that checkpoint. We do have Photon Barrier built up. This is a pretty good checkpoint to have it on, because, like, you can put in some... the Photon Barrier, in general, is a very annoying ability, but particularly in such a confined location where they're gonna have to, like, push through you a lot of the time to really get it. Oh, there goes Reaper. And he's... didn't decide to go for that one fully. He kind of pussied out at the end there. So, hey, we get to build up some charge for free right there. How exciting, Reaper's dead now. Oh god, excuse me. And we decided to wait quite a while on using the Photon Barrier. It would have been justified to use it, like, way earlier than that, though, given the nature of their team, not necessarily going to matter that much, given they are a very close-range, brawly team. They can kind of just push up on us like that. Unfortunately, just didn't really get a lot of time to set up and defend that third checkpoint. Not really sure what happened to most of our team, to be honest with you. They just kind of suddenly got clapped, which is a lot of Overwatch, to be fair, isn't it? So now we have to attack. We are not here. This is very bad. Come on. There we go, hooray. 10 seconds late, but we're here. Because, you know... part of the cool thing about Symmetra on attack is that you get to go a weird way and try to teleport behind the bad men and just circumnavigate the whole choke point on the first push. Doesn't work so well if you arrive like 20 seconds late, you know. Apologies for the sudden jump cut. I ran out of space on the hard drive, so we're going to abandon whatever line of thought we were going down a second ago. I think... when it ran out, we would have been talking about how, you know, we want to be there and teleport into the bad men on the first push. Typically, that's what you want to do. But, who knows, maybe life was happening, as it's known to do sometimes. So we're here, a little bit late, but we still teleported behind the bad men. So we put some turrets down over there. I'd rather wait to see what the enemy does before we start putting the turrets down, because those turrets over there on the clock tower are only really helpful if they push straight up this main channel at us, but they may all decide to back up and rotate through this corridor over here, which is what some of them are deciding to do right now. So only one turret actually ends up getting them. But, I mean, it ends up being fine either way. And they're more likely to come up the main channel at us, so it's fine, but, you know, we can throw them out there pretty quick, so I'd rather wait and see first, because if they all decide to start coming through this corridor, we really want, like, 3 turrets around that doorway, you know? So we've captured the first checkpoint very easily, you know? Sometimes you get to do that when you're playing Symmetra, and that's why Symmetra's a really cool hero right now. Sometimes you just skip right past the choke point, and hey, look at that, problem solved. So May's in the castle right next to us right now, but we're gonna go up here. Now we're gonna drop down, which was probably accidental, or maybe we decided we were a little bit in over our head. Either way, we're down here again now. We do almost have Photon Barrier built up, which is nice. Batista's just used the Amplification Matrix over there, but Farah just killed his whole team, so they'll not be getting much use out of that one today, sadly for them. And hey, easy clap. Now, they are going to regroup before we capture this checkpoint, because we've got to go all this fucking way. I don't want to do this. This is extremely lacking in ambition to put these teleporters right here, because, like, that's, if for these turrets to get any use right here, I think I might just call them teleporters. These turrets right here, we have to, like, be losing the fight for them to ever actually get anything out of them, because they're so far back. I'd rather just chuck them over the doors over there, to be honest with you, because, like, things have got to kind of go badly for that to matter. So we went back to put that teleporter down right now. Not really the best time to do it, because our team's fighting without us right now, so we're just kind of not contributing while we do that, while a team fight is actively happening over here, but the team fight appears to be going fine in our absence, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, but you know, we want to be involved in the team fight. We do not want to peak again when we started peaking again at 12 health or 20 health. We definitely don't want to do that. Soldier's got to, you know, he doesn't need to be terribly precise with his weapon to get us. May's here. We've already captured the checkpoint, but May's here now. May's dead now. So, that's cool. We're waiting to put the teleporter down here. This is more fine because our team is not actively fighting yet. The fight is about to start now, but we're arriving as it's happening this time, so that's fine. Rather than, you know, as it's happening, we're leaving. So, Winston's using Primal Rage. We're stuck in this right now. It's all very upsetting. Here's my son. He's arrived. My son, I cannot see. Please, my child, you are in the way slightly. Yes, hello. He's transparent, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed. Thank you. Yes. Sit. It's a very professional operation we run right here. So, I've lost my train of thought because the cat arrived. There are a lot of shields in front of us right now that we could just be using to build up, like, our laser, because we want to get to level 3 sim as quickly as possible, but we've been doing a lot of throwing orbs in. There were a lot of, and this is a really tight space, so it's really easy to get value out of the laser. We could have been charging it up on those shields sooner rather than chucking the balls in. Because if it looks like a fight's gonna happen in the next couple of seconds, or, well, you know, if the fight is imminent, then you want to get as high charge as you can as soon as possible, rather than be chucking orbs in, which we're only really doing if we're still in the poking and prodding phase, which by that point we had definitely escalated past. Yes, Sigma hates those beam fighters, dude. I would know. Fucking, when the Zarya starts coming up at you and you're playing Sigma, there's just, like, nothing you can do to stop her, dude. She knows that you're afraid of her, and she has no reason to be afraid of you, so she'll just fucking go, dude. She'll bench press you. Fucking Russians, man. So we've got to defend now. We've got way more time than them. I don't like doing stuff in this room right at the start of the round, just because of the risk of getting picked off for, like, a pretty negligible benefit. Especially since they nerfed ult charge as well, like, it's an even more negligible benefit for risk of getting picked right at the start of the round, which can just be enough to lose the checkpoint in and of itself, so I don't like doing stuff like that. Even though it's relatively low risk, I'd rather just not bother. Because it's such a low payoff. So, anyway, Sigma died right at the start of that fight, but they haven't been able to really do a whole lot, so they're just kind of still sitting out of there over in the choke point. When we lost our shield, or our teleporters, our turrets, Jesus Christ, I'll get to it eventually, all our turrets now. We've got 3 built up, so we could have been replacing these faster, because we've not been at max turrets and the cooldown's been sitting there full the whole time. Anytime you got like a charge ability like that, you kind of want the cooldown ticking as quickly as possible, assuming you can make use of it, right? Like, Sim, if you got 3 teleporters, Jesus Christ, 3 turrets out and you're sitting at 3 charges on your turrets, hey, you know, whatever. You've got 3 out already, unless you want to reposition them, you don't gotta use them. But as soon as they start breaking, you want to be replacing them rather than sitting at 3 turrets, because then the cooldown's just doing nothing when it could be doing something. So, we put the photon barrier down right now. Our man is telling us that they're going to push in now, so that is likely what prompted it more than anything else, because there wasn't a super exciting fight happening at the time. Some bad men got behind us onto the point. We came back to fight them. We died, but they died. Look at that, they didn't even capture the first checkpoint. I guess, you know, they could have done it still, so I should have waited, but no, they're not going to get it. So now they are in the tremendously exciting position where they have to defend the first tick for 4 minutes, almost, and their reward for doing so is not losing. Not winning, but not losing, which is always very fun. You know, morale is always super high at that point in time, but, you know, they should have been less bad, and they wouldn't be in that situation to begin with, would they? Think about it. So, we've gone for the exact same play that we went for last time. We got made purple, right? Did we? Yeah, we got made purple right here. You know. So, people are next to us healing, but tragically we're purple, so we don't get to survive that situation. Tragically enough. Hey, well, it worked last time, right, so we'll go for it again, but they've got an Anna now, who just threw the grenade on us as we came through the teleporter, so, yeah, really fucked it up a little bit. It's alright, we've got fucking 3 minutes to try again. Ryan's just sitting, swinging away on that teleporter, having a great time. So we've got we should have broken it sooner, really, so that we could have the cooldown ticking faster, so that we could use it sooner, you know, rather than waiting for it to get broken to get the cooldown again. So, there's not, okay. Not like, it's a pretty awkward way to use the teleporter, just like scuttling in with it ready to build it, you know, and then, alright, we're in. Build it behind us. But they used a few ultimates at us right there, so, you know, we lost that first fight very resoundingly, so they had ults, we didn't have ults, we got some of the ults out of them, so that's good at least. Ryan's almost got his ultimate built up, we've got our teleporter ready again, Soldier's up to no good up there, we're trying to get him as he pokes his face out again, tragically he does not do so. So we are not looking to do the teleporter again. It looks like. Oh, no, we're going to use the teleporter here. Okay, we're just going to go straight down the middle this time. Oh, we got sound barrier as well, so that's fair enough. Not terribly efficient to come through and just go, orb. We also came through, like, really low charge, or low ammo right now. We got 10. We should really reload before as we're going in, you know, so that when we get here, we don't have to immediately reload. Because ideally, we come out behind these boys, they don't know we're here yet, apparently, so we come out behind them, we start lasering them, we get to level 3 real fast, because we're shooting a Reinhardt in the back, and then we chew through the bad men with the sound barrier. Instead, we come out behind them, orb them, have to reload. It's way less scary. And now it's taking us a very long time to get to level 3 Sim, which is the point at which we become, like, the best hero in the game. Not unlike Zarya, you know? High Charge Zarya is better than High Charge Sim, but they're both pretty fucking scary. They will still chew through you extremely fast. But we captured the point. It all worked out. Hooray. We even got play of the game, which is going to be tremendously exciting. Easy peasy. Got him. So, 25 objective kills is a lot of objective kills for a game. I guess it went for a long time, though, didn't it, to be fair? Anyway, so, can't really think of one overarching thing that stood out, other than probably don't go for, like, the skulk in a bush and, like, hope they don't notice you play. It's really unlikely to work, and if you're playing Sim, it's a really low chance to work and a really low payoff as well, because you have to, like, start building energy to actually get anywhere, you know? So, you're starting from 0 momentum, like, sitting by the enemy team, hoping they're bad and don't notice you. Not great. Junkrat at least gets to 2-tap you and kill you, but it's still just so risky and not worth it. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 PM EST till midnight EST. There's a link to the channel in the description, and if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.